Look, this ain't hype, this a holy flex. Try to count us out, no we come for next. We ain't loud for sure, this that quiet threat. We got Dominion, yeah, we been a set. Dominion is dope, they know now. We was low key, we glow now. Anointed the wave, it flow now.
Hey fam, it's Pastor Nate, and this is Dominion 5-Minute Bible Study, where we talk about real questions with real scripture, and we do it real quick. And today, I want to talk about something that's real. I want to talk about obedience. Most people think obedience means action. Go here, do this, change that. But what do you do when you know that God is moving and he still tells you to wait? When you can see change coming, but you're not released to move yet. That space right there, that's what we like to call uncomfortable obedience. We're going to talk about it today. We're on the clock, so let's get into it. Point number one, sometimes obedience looks like standing still. Exodus 14:13 and 14, I'm paraphrasing. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Israel was trapped. Red Sea in front of them, enemy behind them. Everything in them said move. Panic said run, but God said stand still. That's hard for us because we understand disobedience. We understand bold action, but we struggle with obedience that feels like inactivity. Sometimes the hardest instruction from God isn't go, it's not yet. It's tough. Point two, waiting seasons are where God builds you. Okay, here's the truth. God often does his deepest work in God often does his deepest work in transition seasons because he's preparing your character. Waited decades for a promise. David was anointed king, but he still served Saul. Watch this. Jesus waited 30 years for a 3-year ministry. So delay isn't denial. Sometimes it's development. And some of us are frustrated right now because we can see what God is doing before we're allowed to step into it. And you think something's wrong, but maybe God trusts you enough to grow you in the midst of the waiting. As a bonus, peace comes when you walk at God's pace. Jesus said in Matthew 11:30, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You know, the burden feels heavy when we fight the timing, when we try to move ahead of God or resist where he has us. But peace shows up when you walk at his pace. Uncomfortable obedience isn't punishment, it's preparation. Yeah. So, how do we walk this out? Number one, don't confuse stillness with stagnation. Number two, trust God even when you don't have full clarity. And number three, let God finish forming you before you try to force movement. All right? This week's challenge, if you're in a waiting season, stop asking, why haven't things changed yet? And start asking, God, what are you building in me right now? You don't have to understand every season to trust the one who's leading you through it. Stay faithful, stay submitted, stay growing. All right, fam. That was Dominion 5-Minute Bible Study. Please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And as always, please keep dominating on purpose every day. Dominion is dope. So are you. I love y'all, and I'll catch you next week. Already.
Dominion is dope, they know now. We was low key, we glow now. Anointed the wave, it flow now. Favor too loud, can't tone down. Dominion is dope, they heard it. This ain't for license purpose. We came from dirt, made worship, and we don't fold with surface. Dominion is it's dope, they heard it.